YouTube? I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, giving my honest thoughts on how that being ran. And if you enjoy that kind of content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button as we try to reach 10,000 subscribers this year. But right now, I'm very excited to be checking out the 33rd most popular project in all games right now. That is Bark Avenue. A deeply thematic route optimization pick up and deliver dog walking game on the streets of New York. I know it's ages 12 plus, I know it's 1 to 5 players, I know it's 15 minutes per player. This is all glorious things to know. In particular, I want to give them kudos on the 15 minutes per player, because a lot of companies right now would just slap in the 30 minutes to an hour, 30 minutes to 75 minutes, something like that, and they just gave me a lot of details right here. Route optimization, pick up and deliver, hand management. I can read everything pretty clearly. Like, love the main image. Fun in 6 hours. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but I know everybody else says, oh, it's essential, it's necessary. I don't think it is. I think people understand how the green bar works. But, anywho, really like the main image there. It's raised $38,000, 15 days left to go, so it is funded. $41,000. Wowzers. A deeply thematic route. So, as always, when you go in the video, and they got the projects we love, kudos. As we go into the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go.
New York City. The morning has begun and the streets fill. The hustle and bustle begins again. Their furry friends await their return, and that is where you come in.
Bark Avenue is a competitive dog walking game on the streets of New York City, where 1 to 5 players...
I love how much they're showing here, because let's be honest, this theme and that artwork just screams, just like, this is not, you know, it screams really, really, really light. And then when I see the board, and I see the meeples, and I see the custom dice, and I see the details, and the different things on the cards, I love how they're selling the game right now. I think it is a bit fast. I feel like this first 19 seconds, I actually would like to know a little bit more about the board and everything. But still, great.
City, where 1 to 5 players walk dogs with competing needs and varying lengths of walk.
Oof. Love the circles. Love the circles as you're telling me about the thing you're talking about.
Your challenge is finding the balance between the perfect
It's a poop emoji.
walk and a
and once again, I love the fact that they spotlighted that component right there. It wasn't like over spotlight of it. It was just a little thing I noticed. I was like, oh, that's cool. I like that.
steady clientele. The everyday events on the streets of New York will keep you on your toes. And as new dogs appear, your strategy may change.
When you go above and beyond, you'll earn tips by taking bathroom breaks, sending photos to the owner, and visiting their favorite spots, where they'll fetch, splash, and sniff.
Okay. So this is now actually really getting me excited about the theme. Because I'm not a professional dog walker. I know some of you might be shocked at that. I'm not a professional dog walker, and I never really thought about what you'd have to do as a professional dog walker. Like, if you're trying to get those 5 stars, you'd be like, yeah, we took Mitzi to the dog park, because, you know, Mitzi loves the dog park, and the this and the that. And I really like what they're doing here. This is great.
Once you've completed a dog's walk, you'll drop them off and gain reviews, which increases your rating as a dog walker and unlocks new abilities. The walker who earned the most...
That's fantastic. That's exactly how these type of apps work. I'm on Fiverr, for instance, and when I slack, and when I forget to check my emails before I go to bed at night, I get dinged. And it's like, so there's like a reward tier system where the better you do, the more you unlock. It all works together really well, and they're helping me see that.
Boost as the sun sets wins the day.
Back Bark Avenue now to receive Kickstarter exclusive squishy poop tokens, bonus event cards, and...
Oh, booyah. No walkers may pass through other walkers this round. Social distancing. Oh, opening day. All walkers may perform one or for... I love this.
And the opportunity to have your dog featured on a card...
This is so good. They're talking about an expensive pledge level that you could potentially do. So not only... The do I want it is yes. I feel like this is such an interesting theme, and it feels thematic, and the components look nice. I feel like they've done a great job on the video on convincing people of do I want it. How much is it? While we don't know the price, they're now talking about the different other pledge levels that I could purchase, which I love. Anytime we're talking about the shopping section in the video, I love it.
In everybody's copy of Bark Avenue.
It's time to hit the streets. Lace up your shoes and meet us there.
Awesome. I see that logo. Hexy Studio. Kudos. Very well done, actually. All right. So, Terra Dice Games first created 44 Bear. Terra Dice Games is a husband and wife duo living in New York City, designing fun and unique board games to share their love for their city with the rest of the board game community. Cool. Pudgy Cat Games, the solo mode designer. First created 44 backed. Looks good here. Let's check out the website. Is it just going to send me back to the Kickstarter? No, it gives me a bit of the personal touch. Okay, YouTube section. Not much here, but honestly, I don't feel like you really need much of a website when you're launching a Kickstarter game. I don't feel like it's necessary at all, really. I mean, it's nice to have. I'm not knocking it. I think we're to the point where it's like, whatever. There's so much traffic being generated by Kickstarter and other ways that you can generate traffic that it's like, you don't, like, just send them to Kickstarter as opposed to a website. But either way, get your dog at Bark Avenue. New dog slots open now. See update 6 for more details. Get your dog in Bark Avenue. Oh, so this was not actually something that was in there, but then they added it to the video? Did they go in and posthumously? I think we used that word correctly. I've never used it ever. Posthumously? Humorously. Posthumously. I'm just going to sound confident when I say it. Did they go back and posthumously insert that into the video? Because they did. I love that. That's a half-point grade bump up right there if that's the case. I don't know if that's the case, but God, that's great. So many companies don't do stuff like that. I would make this clickable, though. I would say, if you're going to take me to update 6, make it so I just, bam, click straight over to update 6. Because I want my dog, Bailey, in this game. Because that'd be so cool. Because my dog's a St. Bernard, and she's beautiful, and I love her. And we got a couple more years. Anyway, 10 by 10, 10.5 by 10.5 inches. I would convert that to centimeters. I always pound the conversion bell. But granted, I imagine the majority of the people here are from the United States of America. But typically, yeah, but you still have, 100 plus people from around the world. I would convert that to centimeters as well, or millimeters, whatever the heck it needs to be. Bark Avenue is a competitive dog walking game about a day in the life of a dog walker in Upper Manhattan, New York City. Players balance walking several dogs at once with competing needs, including walk length, preferred activity, bathroom break, and acceptability with other dogs. Okay, stuff, game. The theme of this game is so perfectly tied into the mechanics, even a cat lover like myself can get behind it. That's a good quote, because it once again is reaffirming the fact that it feels like it's a thematic game. I like that. Doesn't actually say the game's good at all. Like, he didn't compliment anything about the game except for, oh yeah, the theme fits the gameplay. How to play. So I don't like that quote that much. In Bark Avenue, you'll manage your out, timing and kind thing, read the rule booklet. Awesome, clickable. That's a great time. This is a great time. The thing with this game that really draws me is the integration of the theme. So that is the second time we've pounded the drum on the theme. Cool. I'd much rather someone pound the drum about why they like the game, because once again, this is a great game. That's solid, but that's just fluff. What did you like about it? And once again, I don't put that on Eli and Tyler. Hopefully I'm getting that pronunciation correct. Should follow them on Twitter, by the way. But I put it on the people who put the quote there, because it doesn't really tell me anything about why the game is great. Aside from, once again, the theme intermingles with the game, which they're pounding the drum on. On your turn, roll the dice, roll the bar, so we're seeing how to play. Nifty skifty, if I want to see that, that's fantastic. I want the price, though. I feel like we're just beating around the bush on the price. Professor Meg, Bark Avenue is a delightful twist on a pick-up and deliver game. There we go. That's what I want to hear. It has smooth mechanics that make you really feel like you're walking dogs and adorable pups that make you want to take care of them. So once again, it just feels like every single one of these quotes, I feel like they're pinpointing theme, but then like maybe a little something else. Twist on pick up and deliver. I like pick up and deliver. Smooth mechanics, but then it just talks about theme. Meet the design team. Okay. Pledge levels. Didn't beat around the bush too much. Bark Avenue Kickstarter edition, $49. I'd like to see this zoomed in. I'd like to see all the components set up right here. That'd be nice. Long, sexy, scrolling component shot with the price. Especially considering $49 is a very reasonable price. And there's no, deluxe version of this game. There's not, you don't, because sometimes I feel like companies don't show you the long scrolling shot because they're like, oh, we don't want you to like the retail version because there's like there's a version that costs $80 more that we want you to get. So I don't know. Sup? Hey, what's up? It's not me. So I would have the long, sexy scrolling shot here convince me on the components. Plus this unlock thing. I don't know what this means. Is this button unlocked? Have we hit the stretch goals? With the exception of miniatures sold separately. I had no idea there were minis. So now I'm kind of befuddled. This is the first time I've heard of minis at all. There were no minis in the video, so it's just kind of odd. It's like, oh, there's minis. It's a stretch goal, huh? Foster Pal. Sponsor the art of a real-life foster dog. Your name in the rule booklet, a high-resolution PNG of the foster dog, a thank you letter from Paradise Games with info about the dog. So this is this you don't get to put your dog in there. That's just you're sponsoring a dog. Like, what does that actually mean? Sponsoring a dog. Sponsor the art of a real-life foster dog. So they're saying we're going to put a foster dog into the game. That's why do I care? Like, it's not like the dog's gonna be like, oh shoot, I'm in this game. That's great. You know, I'm in foster, which sucks. Hoping that somebody's gonna take me in the next 8 months, or else I get put down, or whatever the number is. I think it's actually way lower than that, which is sad to think about. So let's not think about it. Who cares? I'm very interested to see how much that pledges. If it was like, hey, we're sponsoring a dog, and it's going to go free to the outback where the dog farms are, or whatever. So it's an odd pledge level. So the Bark Avenue starring your dog, feature your dog in every copy, which presumably is in Update 6. And I'd like to just clarify that just real quick on that one. Update 6. Get your dog in the game on Monday. Okay, so yeah, this was not... So the original big pledge level was the foster. Please let me... Okay, so I apologize. My OBS studio just disconnected, reconnected. But we are now back. I will... Maybe... I'm going to just... I don't think this is doing anything, but I'll turn off my Spotify. It wasn't running. All right, so Bark Avenue starring your dog. So they just added this recently. And that kind of makes me wonder... How many of these would they have gotten in like the first few days if they would have had this to launch instead of this one? Because I foresee this being a popular pledge level. Because honestly, I think of my good friend Brandon, who has a dog. He loves his dog. He loves his dog. Love. He just put one down, but now he's got another one. And how much he would love to like show his dog, Artex, this card as he plays this game. Oh, there you are. Maybe like show him up to it next to a mirror and just try and connect that for $300. Yeah, I'd do that for a dog. If I had the disposable income, I'd do that for my dog. And I'm not a huge dog lover. Like, don't get me wrong, I love dogs, but it's like there's levels to this, and I'm way down here. So yeah, I think that's a great pledge level. Before you play it, Bark Avenue does a great job incorporating the theme with the mechanics of the game, blah, blah, blah. This is the 4th or 5th time you've told me this. I get it. Most dog owners will be sure to relate. That's like the go-to here. Like, it's like, yeah, I think it's an okay game, but the theme, damn the theme. And that does scare me when I see quotes like that. That always scares me a little bit. And that's because I myself sometimes have to give quotes and do previews and stuff like that, and you have to be careful. What's Park Avenue, one game box. Say my name, it's not me. One game board. So we got here, looks good. I like the board. I think it pops. Game board, 5 player boards. Okay, they look nice. 81 dog cards. 18 resume builder cards. 16 event cards, nice. 25 rating system. Hopefully, this is honestly what I want to see in the stretch goals. So hopefully the stretch goals are mostly just going to get cards, because I feel like the cards are probably going to be the thing that gives this game longevity and legs. That's lots of money. Be careful. It is, but honestly, I feel pretty comfortable with what's going on right here. They clearly had a good... They clearly knew what they were doing going into running this Kickstarter, which is great to see. They got everything, their ducks in a row, 44 backed. It looks like they're a member of the community. You know, it's on Board Game Geek. They've got a lot of the little things. The long, sexy scrolling shot here looks good. I'd love to see this with the price, but it looks good. And so I'm not that concerned. And the bottom line is they're getting $41,000 to make 1,000 print run of this game right now. You know, end of the day, maybe they go 1,500, maybe they go 2,000 if they have, you know, ambitions of putting it on Amazon and whatnot. But at the end of the day, they're 1,000 print run for 41 grand. You're going to be just fine with what I'm seeing in this box here. I'm not terribly concerned about that at all. $49 once again seems reasonable to me as well on the how much is it, and then let's go check. So let's take a look at the shipping or the pledge levels right now. The Kickstarter edition, U.S. retailers only. So they got 7 retailers, great. Bark Avenue, the Kickstarter edition, we got 484 backers, and then we have the Foster edition. Let's see. 8 backers. So there's only 9 period. But they got 8, so okay, that's good. And then this one, the 17 backers. And yeah, that one was out. 17. And I imagine, like honestly, I know they probably have a lot of the artwork already done, but if you get $299, if you got 50 people, like, because it's not like people. sometimes when you see a Kickstarter game and there's people in it, you're like, dang, that looks like a lot like somebody who spent about $300 to get their picture right there. And I think as Kickstarter backers, we've all seen those. We've all seen those. And sometimes they make me laugh. But I don't feel like you're going to feel that way with a dog. You're going to look at the dog and be like, oh, that's a Kickstarter backer's dog right there if I've ever seen one. So I just, like, great pledge level there. And look at that. That's a huge chunk of change right there for them. Starring your medium dog. Oh, so there's a small dog and a medium dog. And yeah, this is what I'm saying. 51 of these, all gone. $300 a pop. Dang, let me do some quick math right there. So 100 at $300 a pop would be 30,000. So that's 15 grand. Woo! $15,000 for putting your dog into there. And that's why you have that pledge level. That's why you have that pledge level. That funds this game. Kudos to them. This is a solid gateway game. Thank you, Alex. Finally, now I know. And I assumed it was 15 minutes per player, but everybody's just been so smooching on the theme. I'm fully aware that this is an absolutely ridiculous thing to say, but those little poop tokens are charming. So once again, like, nothing about the gameplay in these quotes. Like, it's just, yeah, the poop emojis. I like them. It is expensive, but I mean, if you have the money and if you love your dog, like maybe you don't have kids, you got a dog you love, I mean, why not? And plus, it's cool. Plus, everyone at the table knows your dog. Like, if you host a game day, everybody knows your dog, chances are. And so that's just cool. It's so cool. You need video ideas, squishy poops, bonus event cards, Kickstarter exclusives, all unlock stretch goals, and the opportunity to have your dog in Bark Avenue. So this is kind of weird. This just feels like a disjointed section of the shopping site. Oh, no, this is why you're convincing me why I need to get this over the retail edition. Well, here's the thing. I wasn't that concerned. You know, with your first-time publisher doing a game like this, I'm not worried that I'm going to be like, oh, dang it, I should have waited until I got it was at Target. You know, I just don't feel that way. But still, this is odd. I would mush this together with the shopping section potentially somehow. Bonus event boards, more cards, ooh, ah. Yeah, that's what I love. All unlock stretch goals and the opportunity to have your dog. We're offering the opportunity to put your dog. Yeah, so this is weird. Like, they're sold out completely. I know. We all know. Like, I need shipping more than this. Bark Avenue is a delightful introduction to pick up and deliver. I need to get a really nice photo shoot of me. Like, just posing nice. I only have as an animated one. We were impressed with the art style and how well the theme came through the gameplay. Simply charming. So, art style, theme, it's just the same thing. Just the theme, just heavy theme. All right.
Hello, everybody.
Poop picture, playtime. Okay, so this is...
My boss is like, you know what, we're going to...
Okay, stretch goals. Ivory core, nice. Shiny metallic paint on the golden nuggets. Okay, dice will be engraved, so it'll be nicer dice. 3 exclusive event cards. That's what I'm talking about. That changed things up. Formed plastic box insert, whatevs. Dual layered player boards, nice. Deluxe wooden Silk Street tokens. Okay, I feel like we're putting cart in front of horse here. You know, once we got past $100,000 and we're sitting at 41, don't get me wrong, 41's great. If you're a first-time Kickstarter company and you grade $41,000 on your game, trust me, that is fantastic. And if you crush it, that's how you build brand loyalty. But this feels cart in front of the horse. This is where I'd be like, maybe around this point you just like cut it off a little bit or something. But these are bangers. Dual layered player boards, the Silkwood screen. Dog walker and available dog miniatures add-on. So this is where things get interesting. I don't know how I feel about this, because this is so far away. And I love the fact you have the pie in the sky ideas, but it's just so far. And now I want it. Like, I undoubtedly want this. But it's an add-on. Walkers come in all 5 players, coverers, and all 3 different models. Okay. Ooh, Hexy Studios does minis. They do a lot of stuff. Bark Avenue, final thoughts. The quote from here. I guess there was one earlier. Welcome, Mackenzie and Jonathan, here from Paradise Games. We're an NYC-based husband and wife team, but maybe better known for our board game review channel, Paradise Games. We, along with our pandemic pup, are all so excited and thankful. We truly designed Bark Avenue with the reviewer's eye, and we're constantly thinking, What would I think if someone sent me this game? Reviewing games for YouTube has truly helped us as designers. It's one thing to say, yeah, I like this game, or no, I don't like this game, but the why is so important. Okay, Mackenzie is an NYC musical theater performer. Cool. So they're saying, hey, you know, this is why this game is not going to suck, because we play a bunch of games, we're reviewers, so we try to make it good. And that's so true. If you're a reviewer, you don't want your game to come out and people's like, this game sucks. I mean, nobody does. But I feel like there's just, I don't know. Meet the team, people, stuff, lots of people, okay? Media and reviews. Hey, it's Grant. He's awesome. He didn't get a quote, though. Preview, final thoughts, Alex, things, playthrough stuff. Okay. Full gameplay. That's all I'm looking for here. Game playthrough preview. Cool.
Because I dropped out.
Boom. Full gameplay. You want to see it? There. Is there solo? That's the other thing I'm looking for. Solo, no low, I guess you could say. Preview with Shay. Is this gameplay? No. So no solo game. I'd like to see that. Because I think that's really... I feel like that's a good one to have. Shipping. But still. And know how to play video, which that stinks. But it's not a deal breaker. They have the videos there. For the campaign, Bark Avenue will be available to our dog walkers with address in the US, CA, UK places. We are profiting our first print letter late pledges will be able to expand. Please note that all the shipping costs are an estimate and are subject to change. $9 to $15 seems reasonable. Canada $19 to $25. Once again, seems reasonable. UK $14 to $24. VAT information great in compliance with the UK. We're obliged to collect VAT at the total pledge and shipping amount. So you're not going to get jacked by your mailman. You are going to get jacked by the VAT, but you just expect that to happen. So the shipping area looks solid. I like the shipping area. Yeah, cool. Looks good. I'd say overall it was a really nice Kickstarter page. Very nice. Very nice. They do. They had 51 of their dogs in there. Man, that makes me wonder, like, if you just had a card game with, like, 200 dogs, and you're like, all right. Like, this now makes me want to, if I ever design another game, to make sure it's a dog-themed game, so let people get their dogs into the game. This just seems like a license to print money. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying, like, people love their dogs so much. For too long, we've seen people get into games. It's time for the pets to get their due. But overall, I thought that was great. Campaign page. What differentiates Bark Avenue? Deeply thematic. Just stop it. Is X breed in the game? What is that? We're getting a lot of request information for various breeds in the game. Okay. Well, Bark Avenue will be localized. Okay, so there's only 7 here, but they look like they're solid. Updates. 0 comments, but that's from today. 2 comments, 4 comments, 5 comments, 5 comments, 2 comments, and 4 comments. Let's see what the most engaging one was. It's got a picture of a puppy. Let's check this one out. Featuring real dogs, Foster Rocklet from Animal Haven. Is this one of the... he's a real-life dog from Animal Haven. It's featured on the card in Dark Avenue. And that's great. Yeah, that's really nice. As a trusted dog walker, partner with the Foster Center. Who is Rockland? Okay, recent updates. They're telling you about a dog. Cool. Great story on the mission. All of the dogs have been rescues. I think it would be a nice touch to call out the shelters on the cards and have some type of message about adopting them as well. The shelter and dog buyers are called out individually on a dedicated foster page of the rules. Awesome. Cool. I would always ask people a question. That's one thing that I would recommend. Get a pug. I got a Saint Bernard right now. I don't need another dog. That's enough dog. Yeah, so I would ask people a question, especially if you ask them about their dogs. Just in general. Like, because I imagine a large subsection of these people are big fans of dogs. And so, yeah, just ask them a question about dogs. What's the use of many comments to the final consumer? Wouldn't an update with a question cause only relevant comments to appear instead of just answers to some random questions? I'm looking at this from the perspective of running a Kickstarter page, and Kickstarter doesn't care what people are saying in your updates or comments. They just care that people are engaged and active on your page. And that's going to make you a lot more likely to get bumped up on the popularity and magic charts. And then they're much more likely for people to see your game, because this one right now is ranked 33rd. And that's not terrible. Like, they go down to like hundreds. Like I've looked at games that are like ranked 450 before. When you're down there, nobody's seeing your game unless you bring them to it. It's just you have a lot higher chance of people just naturally finding your thing on Kickstarter with a lot of updates and comments, which is why it's important to keep them churning. But yeah, I guess from that perspective of cluttering the updates page, yeah, it would. But at the same time, I would much rather go through a cluttered, exciting update page than one where it's just like nobody talking. Like, Like, it's like 4 comments. Like, yeah. Alright, so, overall, really solid. Thought that was great. Unlike my beard. It's terrible. I'm just going to keep growing until it looks not terrible. So, final grade on this one. Do I want it? Yeah, I did. I felt like the video was really well done. I felt like it was so long ago, but yeah, the video was really well done. It made me want to play the game. I see that it's a gateway pick up and deliver game. I like the theme is very much intertwined with the gameplay. I'd like to see how to play video in a solo video, but nitpicks like that aside, do I want it? Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's $49, so it's about $60, probably going to be roundabout for the United States of America after you, oh, and I would convert the currency as well. That's the other thing. So down to the price, I would convert the currency to euros and pounds and all that good stuff. But looks good. How much is it? I feel like it's reasonable. Shipping's reasonable. Can you do it? First-time creators, but they clearly have all their ducks in a row. They got a lot of stuff here. Looks good. And plus, they have $41,000 to make this. They had huge ambitions of, like, minis getting unlocked and stuff like that. And honestly, I got to give them kudos. Generally, when a company has a dream of what their game is going to look like at the end with, like, miniatures and all this stuff, and granted, the minis weren't going to be in the game. They were going to be off to the side. The Kickstarter page it just looks a certain way. It feels a little bit shallow and empty and this one doesn't do that. Like, I was like, all right, I feel comfortable with the game. And then when I get to the stretch, I'm like, these are great. These would all really enhance the game, but they don't seem necessary aside from the cards. Anywho, it's just a kudos. It's kudos. So do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? I feel pretty comfortable. How much is it? Reasonable. So at the end of the day, I think this is a really great Kickstarter campaign. I'm going to give this one, I'm leaning towards an A. I mean, everything that I'm complaining about in my mind is nitpicks. Make this clickable. Nitpick. Updates aren't super engaging. Nitpick. Like these are all like minor things. The quotes, nitpicks. But at the end of the day, I feel like they nailed most of the important stuff. I do not play Minecraft. My son loves Minecraft. I just never get into it. I always get too frustrated. I'll mess up one block, then I'm just like, I'm out. My ADHD just won't let me do it. But Bark Avenue, if it looks like it might be a cup of tea, check this one out. I think I'm giving this one an A. Yeah, I mean, they didn't convert the currencies. I do nitpick that. Yeah, I got to be fair here. I'm gonna go with an A- because I would totally ding them. But then again, yeah, I've got to go there. So A-. But I think this overall is a really great project. Bark Avenue, check this one out. Give it some love. Those big pledge levels. So that's one thing I do want. Did these pledge levels get your dog in the game on Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern? So how does this work? You pass 500 backers, more dog cards. So we've heard you. When the campaign game, we had 13 small. Oh, so they added more. And chances are, if they wanted to add even more, like say, hey, we're gonna add. Oh, great to have them. Anywho, I'm giving this one an A-. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for Bark Avenue. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye bye.